If you're looking for a condo in Cambridge, it can be pretty hard to determine which neighborhood suits your budget the best. And that's why in today's episode, I'm going to tell you which neighborhoods in Cambridge are the most expensive and which are the least expensive. Hi there, this is the conclusion to a series where I tell you the relative cost of all the different neighborhoods of Cambridge using four main factors, those being the average price per square foot, the median price per square foot, the average sale price, and the median sale price. If you'd like an in-depth look at these numbers in different videos, you can check out my channel where I have a video on each of the neighborhoods, but in today's video, we'll just be covering all of the neighborhoods together, and I'll tell you the top 3 most expensive in these categories and the bottom 3 least expensive, and then I'll tell you overall which neighborhoods are the most and least expensive. So starting out with the median sale price, in at number 1 we have West Cambridge, which tends to have the largest homes in Cambridge. Then up next we have Agassiz, which is right next to Harvard and composes a little bit of Harvard Square. And then at number 3 most expensive we have Cambridgeport, which is right next to the Charles River. Then in the least expensive in terms of median sale price, we have Strawberry Hill, which is way out in the west of West Cambridge actually. Then we have Wellington Harrington, which is in the northeast part of Cambridge. And then we have the Cambridge Highlands, which are near the shopping center by Strawberry Hill. Next, for the average sale price, we have West Cambridge at the top again, Agassiz at number 2 again, and Cambridgeport at number 3. In the least expensive list, it's a little bit of a mix-up, with Cambridge Highlands being the least expensive in terms of average sale price, then Wellington Harrington, and then Mid-Cambridge is actually the 3rd least expensive area in terms of sale price, and this is primarily because there's a ton of smaller condos in Mid-Cambridge. Shifting over to median prices per square foot, in at number 1 we have East Cambridge, which has a lot of small yet really expensive condos right by the river. Then we have Mid-Cambridge, and the second most expensive, which like I said in the previous category, also has a similar thing going on. And then we have Riverside, which is the 3rd most expensive in terms of the median price per square foot. In terms of least expensive for price per square foot, we have the Cambridge Highlands, which is coming in last again. And then we have North Cambridge, which is fairly inexpensive in terms of price per square foot. And the 3rd least expensive is the Strawberry Hills. Finally, in average price per square foot, the number 1 most expensive area is East Cambridge, and then number 2 is Riverside, and number 3 is Mid-Cambridge, so not much of a shakeup from the last price per square foot list on the median. In terms of the least expensive neighborhood in terms of average price per square foot in Cambridge is the Cambridge Highlands, and then up next it's Strawberry Hills again, and then at number 3 it's North Cambridge again. So when we compile all of these factors together to determine which neighborhoods are most and least expensive, on the most expensive side, we actually have Agassiz, the neighborhood that's right next to Harvard Square. And then the second most expensive is West Cambridge, which, like I said before, has the largest buildings. That's where you'd find your Cambridge mansions. And then 3rd most expensive, we have Cambridgeport again, where you can find some condos right next to the river. And in terms of least expensive, the 3rd least expensive is North Cambridge, area in Cambridge that's fairly close to Porter Square and also on the western border of Cambridge. Then 2nd least expensive, we have Strawberry Hill, which another western part of Cambridge. It's mostly residential. And then the least expensive neighborhood overall in Cambridge is the Cambridge Highlands, and that is the area right next to the Fresh Pond Shopping Center. It's mostly commercial, which is probably part of the reason why it's not very expensive, but also it's on the western side of Cambridge, and as we've seen from this list, all of those neighborhoods are really inexpensive compared to the rest of Cambridge. So that is where you'll find the most and least expensive condos in Cambridge. If you'd like a full breakdown of these numbers, just go to my channel and you'll find a whole playlist that breaks down each of these neighborhoods in depth. If you're looking to buy a condo or other type of residential home in the area, we're a team of realtors who helps people move out here every single day, so feel free to call, text, or email the info you see on the screen, and otherwise, have a great rest of your day.